Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. At Nate's place, he tells Audra to let him know if she's had enough of his family drama. She asks why he'd say that. He says she's quiet this morning, she's letting Amy rest. Amy appears and guesses Damien hasn't been back in touch. Nate's sorry, there's been no word. Amy thinks he must be back at home, going about his business like nothing happened. Audra and Nate try to make her feel better, but she says she's a failure. Nate thinks Damien's behavior is on him. Amy thinks it's time she said goodbye to them and went home. At Crimson Lights, Holden warns Damien there's only so long they can keep things on ice in LA. Are they going back today? Damien says there's been a change of plans, but not because of his mother. Just then Lily walks in. Holden asks if she's the reason. Damien smirks. What do you think? Holden gets it, but there are plenty of beautiful women back home. Damien says she's not there. It took a minute, but he found out her name. Lily Winters. She's Nate's cousin. My family tree just got a whole lot more interesting. He explains to Holden that there's no blood between them whatsoever. He gets up and walks over to offer Lily a cup of coffee. She says she already has one. He introduces himself as Damien Kane and she gawps, "You're Amy Lewis' son." Damien muses, "So you know about me. All good, I'm sure." Lily says, "Not really." She heard all about him from her cousin, Nate Hastings. She explains that they're not related and tells him her name. She asks him about going back to LA. He's not headed back just yet. She's glad. He's left a lot of things undone here. She's sure a man like him has more pride than to run away. Lily says she knows what it's like to get shocking news that turns your past and future upside down. If you let, Damien won't let it. She asks why he's still there. He'll buy her a coffee and try to explain. At his place, Nate wants another chance to make this right for Amy, who says he's done so much already. Nate is grateful for her helping him learn more about his father, who would want him to keep fighting to help her and Damien. Amy hopes one day her son will reach out to Nate. She'll try to find peace in that. Nate vows he'll go all the way to LA to hound him if he has to. Audra gets a text and tells Nate that he may not have to go that far. Damien may still be in Genoa City. Holden just asked her to go for a bite. Nate frowns. How did he get her number? Audra shrugs that they seem like resourceful types. Nate thinks it's bold of him to reach out, knowing they're seeing each other. Audra says this is their chance. She just has to get Holden to agree to do what they asked and work on Damien. Amy asks if she'd really meet with a stranger for her sake. Audra repeats that this is their chance. She's asking Amy to let her take this shot and find out if Damien's in town. Amy agrees. Audra texts Holden and discovers that Damien is still in town. Amy gives her the go-ahead, so she texts back that she'll meet him for lunch. In Crimson Lights, Lily agrees to keep an open mind while Damien explains himself. Holden introduces himself, and Lily recalls that he was the one who pretended to be his boss. Very deceitful. Holden points out Nate lied to Damien about a job offer. Damien steps in and says Holden is a good friend who only did what he asked. Lily wonders if he's sneaky and dishonest then. She wonders if maybe they should head back to LA. Damien wouldn't have a chance to get to know her better if he was on a flight. At the GCAC, Daniel leaves another voicemail for his mother and asks her to please call, even if it's just to tell him to stop calling her. Summer shows up and he explains that something is very wrong. In Paris, Sally and Billy come in from their productive day. Sally gushes about him surprising her for lunch at the bistro. She teases that she needs a nap and pulls him into a kiss. They're making out when his phone rings. Sally urges him to answer it. It's Daniel who asks Billy if he's heard from his mom. Billy says she called him last night, which was earlier in their day there. Daniel asks if he hears from her, to ask her to call him. Billy finds this weird. He deduces that Phyllis is missing, and he's worried. Daniel may be overreacting, but he doesn't feel good about this. Billy tells Daniel that Phyllis sounded fine when he spoke to her. He wonders if she has a boyfriend and might have had a date. Daniel says she's not seeing anything they know. Billy suggests she may have hopped a flight to Chicago to go shopping. Phones die. I suggest you give her a little more time. Daniel doesn't have